Hey there, curious minds. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the intriguing world of cognitive biases and how they can impact our love lives. In this video, we'll explore 20 shocking cognitive biases that secretly affect your love life. You might be surprised to learn how these biases shape our perceptions and decisions when it comes to matters of the heart. Segment 1: Confirmation Bias. Our brains tend to seek out information that confirms our existing beliefs. In relationships, this can lead us to interpret ambiguous cues as signs of affection or disinterest, depending on our preconceptions. Segment 2: Halo Effect. The halo effect makes us perceive someone as more attractive if we believe they possess positive qualities. It's essential to remember that everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Segment 3: Anchoring Bias. Anchoring bias occurs when we give disproportionate weight to the first piece of information we receive. This can influence our perceptions of compatibility or attraction early on. Segment 4: Reciprocity Bias. We're naturally inclined to return favors and kindness. In relationships, this can lead to a cycle of reciprocating gestures, fostering a deeper connection. Segment 5: In-group bias. We often favor those who belong to our social groups. This can affect our choices in partners, as we're drawn to individuals who share similar backgrounds. Segment 6: Self-serving bias. This bias causes us to attribute positive outcomes to our actions and negative outcomes to external factors. In relationships, it might lead to a lack of accountability. Segment 7: Projection Bias. We sometimes project our own thoughts, feelings, and desires onto others. This can lead to misinterpreting signals from potential partners. Segment 8: Choice Overload. Having too many options can lead to decision paralysis and dissatisfaction with choices. In dating, this might result in continuously seeking the next best thing. Segment 9: Endowment Effect. We tend to overvalue things we possess. This can lead to attachment in relationships, making it difficult to let go when necessary. Segment 10: Optimism Bias. We often believe that positive outcomes are more likely for us than for others. While optimism is beneficial, it can lead to overlooking potential issues in a relationship. Segment 11: Availability Heuristic. We rely on readily available information when making decisions. In relationships, this can lead us to overemphasize recent events or emotions. Segment 12: Status Quo Bias. People prefer to stick with what they're familiar with. This bias might prevent us from exploring new relationships or adapting to changes. Segment 13: False Consensus Effect. We tend to overestimate how much others agree with us. This can lead to misunderstandings and assumptions about our partner's thoughts. Segment 14: Social Proof. We often look to others for cues on how to behave. In relationships, this can influence our decisions based on what we perceive as normal. Segment 15: Devaluation Effect. We often devalue things that are easily attainable. This can lead to taking your partner for granted if the relationship becomes routine. Segment 16: Sunk cost fallacy. This bias causes us to stick with a decision due to investments already made, even if it's not in our best interest. It's crucial to recognize when a relationship isn't working. Segment 17: Illusory superiority. Many of us believe we're better than the average person in various aspects. In dating, this can lead to unrealistic expectations. Segment 18: Rosy retrospection. We tend to remember past experiences more positively than they were. This might lead us to idealize past relationships and overlook their flaws. Segment 19: Negativity Bias. Negative events and emotions tend to have a more substantial impact on us. This bias can cause us to magnify small issues in our relationships. Segment 20: Choice Supportive Bias. We tend to remember the positive aspects of choices we've made. In relationships, this can lead us to downplay red flags or mistakes. And there you have it, 20 shocking cognitive biases that secretly affect your love life. Understanding these biases can empower us to make more informed decisions in our relationships. Remember, no one is immune to these mental shortcuts, but being aware of them can make all the difference. If you found this exploration as fascinating as we did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Until next time. Stay curious and keep exploring the fascinating workings of the human mind.